Let's start by creating the basic shape of our purse using our rectangles to create a box. We will start with the front and back side, which will be the largest. So let's just go ahead and grab our rectangle tool and click once to get the dialog box, and we're going to input the width to be, let's go for 630, and the height is going to be 400. And hit OK. Now, of course, compared to our avatar, this purse is out of proportion. Of course, it's too big. But since I will be adding it later on in a different 3D application, I can always resize it there. And in the meantime, it's going to be easier for us to work on a larger scale model in MD. Now, all we need to do is create another rectangle like this. So I'm going to take my transform pattern tool and press Ctrl C and Ctrl V to copy it. So those will be the front and then the back side. Also, when we create these rectangles, let's also position them accordingly in the 3D window as we go, so we won't get confused on which side is which. And since this is going to be the back side, that's going to be right here. We remember that we need to flip it horizontally in the 3D window. So let's right click and go flip horizontally. That way we get the outer white side on the outer sides where they need to be. Now we need to create the bottom part. So we're going to take our rectangle tool again, click once more. This time we're going to, the width it's of course 630 as with the previous rectangles, and the height is going to be, let's go for 90. Hit OK. I'm just going to organize this a bit better in the 2D window, and don't forget to also position it accordingly in the 3D window with the help of the gizmo. So this is going to be the bottom. There we go. Next we're going to create the upper side. That's going to go right along here. Now this one is going to be a bit more narrow than the bottom, since most purses have a wider bottom. And they get more narrow as you go up, since the upper part is usually closed with a zipper or something of that sort. So let's click again, and we're going to go again with the width to be 630, and the height, let's go for 50, so a bit more narrow than 90. And let's position it the same way we did for the bottom part, so somewhere around here. And we're slowly getting the shape of our purse the way we want it to be. We only need the left and the right side to finish it off. So let's create another rectangle. And let's go for the width to be 90. So it's going to be the same as the bottom. And then we're going to push the points in the upper side inwards. So it's going to be 50 to match the upper part right here. And the height we said is 400. So it's the same as this rectangle. Alright, let's take our edit pattern tool. And I'm going to bring out my measurements by pressing Shift and Z, so we'll see better. Alright, so these sides match because they're both 90, but of course these don't, so we're going to push these points inward, each side by 20. So click on the dot, push it inwards, right click, so we get the dialog box that enables us to move by 20. And hit OK. And let's do the same for the other side, so click on the point, push it inwards, right click, and again move the distance for 20. Alright, now we have the line with the length of 50, the same as here. So it's going to close off quite nicely. And let's also position this accordingly. So this is going to be the side. So let's rotate it to the side and push it closer to our shape. Okay, perfect. For the next side, we're just going to copy this one. So Ctrl C and Ctrl V again. And let's just push it closer. And right click and flip horizontally because I see that the white side wasn't turned the right way. Alright, once we establish something like this, we can continue on in the next clip with stitching and putting some internal lines to the back side.